Well, Kelly, in education circles are calling it the COVID slide. Kids falling behind in their academic progress because of the pandemic. Now, we can see this clearly in the data. McKinsey's study shows that already students have lost an average of 6.8 months of learning so far. But a lot of parents, including Terry Mikos in Illinois, are seeing this play out in real time in their own households. Her son was only in school for about 10 days this fall before all the kids got sent back home.
I can see the slide going down. I can see him in his workbooks finishing and just doing anything just because his teacher's not checking it. So we have some good days, but we have a lot more bad days.
McKinsey estimates that students could lose on average between $60,000 and $80,000 in lifetime earnings because of this disruption. And when you multiply that by millions of kids across the country, you're looking at a hit to GDP of up to $271 billion by the year 2040, when all these kids would be in the workforce. And Kelly, experts tell me it's going to be really hard for all these students to catch up, both academically and economically. Back over to you.
Yeah, I mean, the sort of silver lining is that they're all in it together. So you hope that the schools can kind of come up with some plan. But it's obvious the damage that's being done, Elon. I mean, I know people whose kids, next town, this town, they're playing video games while they're streaming class, because at some point, who has the attention and the focus to sit there staring at that screen all day? And I mean, that's here in places with a lot of resources. I can't imagine what's happening for kids on the lower end of the income spectrum.
Yeah, certainly I can tell you my kindergartner does not have that level of attention span, Kelly. But when you said that all kids are in this together, that's the part that is actually really troubling, because you're seeing a real divergence between kids who have resources and kids who don't right now. And the pandemic is worsening what has already been a persistent and stubborn achievement gap between high and low income kids, between minority kids and other students. Minority kids are falling behind at sometimes even double the rates of other kids, even as high income kids might be doing better than they were before the pandemic because of all the resources and supports that their parents and schools are able to put in place for them.
Yeah, given everything that we know about how this spreads, you just would hope closing schools would be the last, possible thing that you do, the very, very last thing, not the first as we're seeing around here. Elon, appreciate it. Thank you.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.